In THSI house we drink Dr. Pepper. Greetings all.
Please welcome your host on Wipeout, Ash the Bash. To play Wipeout, join in by going to hackbox.ca in your browser and join with the following room code: ZHJB. You can even join in on your mobile phone. Alternatively, you can join Twitch chat by entering the room code into Stream Chat or as a whisper to Quizbot 3000. Once done, wait for further instructions on how to play the game.
Good evening and welcome to Wipeout for this wonderful Wednesday evening. I can't think of a nighttime descriptor word that begins with W. Maybe someone else will be able to. But certainly it is a Wednesday. It's all of the W's tonight. And I hope you're doing well with him. We never got to the W, though, in Brain Teaser. Maybe I should have done that to start with. Weeknight. There's another W. Thank you, Solar. I hope you enjoyed the little bit of fun I had with the second round there. Just easing you through the E's and then just steering you off down the alphabet. And yeah, I couldn't find a 5-letter word that began with a J and ended in a J, and similarly couldn't do one with Q and Q. And also, oh no, really weird words coming out of Dating Muse, some of which are definitely not words. The Witching Hour. Well, I don't know about that yet, because that's a bit later on in the evening, is the Witching Hour. Do-do-do-do-do-do-do-do-do-do-do-do-do-do as well, Tipster. Thank you very much for the £5. Hey, that's the first time that's actually come through on the Twitch side of things, because apparently on the new Twitch chat event thing, you can actually hook that up with Streamlabs to actually send notifications directly to Twitch for me to see on my list, and that's the first time that's actually come through. So thank you very much for the £5 donation over on Streamlabs side of things, Tip. Appreciate that. Doot to you too. Hello there, Tips, to joining the game as well. We've also got a 23-month resub from Oren. Thank you very much for the resub, and we'll be seeing some board content from Oren tonight on Wipeouts as part of the wondrous Wipeouts writing team. Again, I can't think of a W that means team collaborativeness, but maybe someone will be able to figure that one out. And we've got boards from Oren, Alex, and Sheldon this evening. Workforce. Feels like I'm employing people for slave labour with workforce. It feels a bit. It fits with the W certainly. But it feels like I'm shoehorning people into doing work, which is not my intention. I like people doing things and writing content for the quizzes, because I certainly can't. But I'm not forcing people into it under slave labour rules or anything like that. Modern slavery laws completely prohibit that. Wipeout writing wheelmen. That's slightly nicer put, I think, Score. I think that's a slightly nicer way of writing it.
The wondrous Wipeout writing workforce.
Yes, workforce already suggested play Dalton, but thank you for the 100 bits there, Matt the Ref. Thank you also to MePG for the 200 bits. Only for the 100 bits. In this house, we drink Dr. Pepper. I do apologise, but I had Pepsi Man on the brain, so Pepsi is what you're going to get. Is Diet okay? I mean, that's what I've got with me tonight. I've got some Diet Pepsi tonight, but, yeah. Say what 5 times, Brian?
Say that 5 times faster.
What Matt said. Okay. The wondrous Wipeout writing workforce. 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 Easy enough, actually. Switching between the O and the I in the middle is a bit weird, but yeah, that's fairly easy to say.
Pepsiman on the brain. I don't know if you can be saved.
Unfortunately, I can't be saved, only. I just can't be saved. Also, Pepsi Max is better than real Pepsi. Interesting. They have very different... not very different flavours, but certainly different enough flavours that they are distinguishable. And... Sorry, I had to get that out of my system. I like either, actually. Though Pepsi Max tend to be a bit too gaseous for my liking.
When shouldn't we be thinking about Mr. Game Show?
When shouldn't we be thinking about Mr. Game Show? That's very true, Milk. Thank you for the 100 bits. Pepsi Max Lime is good. I preferred back in the day Coca-Cola Lemon, when that was a thing. but that's me liking lots of lemony, citrusy stuff. I kind of love lemon stuff. I know that kind of stuff was very slightly synthetic lemon, but I still liked it nonetheless. It was a nice addition to things. So yeah, whenever like a restaurant or a bar or whatever, they put a lemon slice in Coke drinks, like, thank you, I like that. I like that additional flavour. Pepsi and Mentos quiz show. No, Kenda, definitely not that. If you want to drink lemon, you'll just drink lemonade. I mean, you can absolutely do that. No problem with drinking lemonade if you want to drink that for the lemon content. But I like, flavour of lemon in things, not necessarily overly lemon. Though I actually do kind of like overly lemon things every now and then. Just yeah, that's the thing. What's the room code, did somebody say?
Play Wipeout. Join in by going to hackbox.ca in your browser and join with the following room code: ZHJB. You can even join in on your mobile phone.
You see?
Alternatively, you can join Twitch chat by entering the room code into Stream Chat or as a whisper to QuizBot 3000. Once done, wait for further instructions on how to play the game.
Mint and lime is a pretty good combo, though what did 7-Up try and make? Was it 7-Up? I think it was 7-Up. They tried to make a mojito flavored 7-Up, and God, that was disgusting. So synthetic flavor, and it was just not good. Just do not even. The one that I had was in the bottle only, not in the can. I had the one in the bottle. Plastic bottle, to add clarification to that. Just standard 500ml plastic bottle. And it was just, no, definitely not. Certainly one time only, and never again. So yes, to join the game, to play Wipeout, you can go to hackbox.ca. Certainly the most preferable way to play this game, because it's now nice clicky buttons. And the room code is ZHJB or ZHJB. You may also go to Twitch, whisper it to QuizBot 3000, and play in Twitch land instead. The objective is simple in Wipeout. There are 16 possible answers, 11 of which are good. 5, though, are bad for you. They are wipeouts. Here's any wipeout. You wipe your entire score to 0. You do not want that to happen. To answer on Hackbox, select the answers you want, and make sure you hit the submit button at the bottom of the screen at some point. If you hit that too late, tough luck. Can't do anything about that, I'm afraid. So I would urge you to press that submit button earlier rather than later, just at least get some answers on the board, because it will remember what answers you have submitted and will allow you to continue making changes until time has expired. So you can do a couple of answers, submit, do a couple more answers, submit, a couple more answers, submit. Just remember to hit that submit button. In Twitch chat, what you need to do is the answers will be numbered 1 through 16. Give me the numbers associated to the answers that you believe are correct. You can send those as individual messages per number, or you can put multiple numbers in one message. You can do either of those things. It's up to you. You can also mix and match, that kind of thing as well. And thank you for the follow there, Zinix. Thank you for that. And welcome to you in the game as well. I see you've just joined in. No, it's not the case in this. Once you've submitted, you can make changes to your selection. It's only locked down once time has expired. So it's very much like how you used to play it in Twitch. There was no lockdown, as it were, except at the end when time expires. So once you've submitted, you can submit again with additional changes, including deselecting answers you previously selected. So those that weren't aware of that particular addition to the rule, that is the case, that you do not have to you don't have to submit once. You can submit multiple times throughout the round. That's why I recommend submitting as often as you wish, because the answers only get accepted if they have been submitted to me directly through the submit button. There still will be probably one. There'll be, I think, the requirements to update Hackbox so that we don't have to have a submit button but still have multi-select for the purposes of this game, and also potentially Cloud9 might also have a similar sort of benefit as well. Don't take that as an invitation to try and break my code, but for the number of players here, I feel reasonably confident score. But yeah, just don't go breaking my shit entirely. That's all. And if you do go breaking my shit and then complain, well, that's your own fault. Not sure if the way that it was listed means I'm first or not. No, so what I do, Aaron, when I list authors, is I will list them alphabetically in the list of names, but that's not necessarily the order they appear in the game. I always tend to go alphabetical, but not necessarily the order we will play them in. For the purposes of this, I've gone with, well, actually not quite, because Alex is actually before, but then Oni is after Oren, if that makes sense. So it's Oren, Oni, Sheldon is sort of the order that I've taken your names in this case. That's not necessarily the order they're going to appear in tonight. And of course, if you're playing Oren, you're going to get some author bonus for when your board does come out.
Don't go breaking my code. I wouldn't if I tried.
Don't go breaking my code. Thank you, 100 bits there. Am I ruining your order again, Oni? Oh, wouldn't dread it. This is what happens when people have multiple names. As I said, if I can hold on to it, very true, Oren. It's a very difficult thing to potentially do. We'll let this last run through the music go, and then we'll play this game proper. Room code ZHJB. There is no anytime entry, I'm afraid, in this game, so once we have started, then we are locked in with the players that have registered to play. Oh, I do love this music. And this is a recreation as well. This is a recreation that I have actually done. This is not the original music, but it's pretty damn close, apparently. You're not, JP. Don't worry. Last few seconds. Here we go. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Let's play Wipeout. He says.
Let's play
Thank
Wipeout.
you. I was worried because I got an exception appear in my console, but that's because everyone is emoting to hell, and the emote code that I still have lurking around in my version of TwitchLib just didn't like the fact that there are some non-Twitch emotes lurking around there, but that's just what it is, I suppose. So good luck, everybody. Let's get on with our first board this evening. Again, thank you to Oren and Alex / Oni and Sheldon for the 3 boards this evening. The first board is It's a road full of stars. This one comes courtesy of Sheldon, aka Party of Me. Let me get my information up so that I can read some extra information at you. So, a road full of stars. What are we thinking, folks? What are we thinking about this particular category name, this board name? Do we have any thoughts? Walk of Fame? Oh, that sounds very plausible. Walk of Fame. Yeah, Hollywood Walk of Fame kind of thing. Everybody seems to be going the same way. Well, I'm going to have to disappoint you because it has absolutely nothing to do with that. Rainbow Road is a good suggestion, though. Unfortunately, not that either. Which of these brands are owned by the automotive company Stellantis NV? Yeah, very different entirely. So in 2020, Fiat Chrysler and the PSA Group merged and created the international company called Stellantis NV, which has in total 14 iconic automotive brands and 2 mobility arms. On the board are 16 brands, 11 of which being brands owned by Stellantis. Identify as many of the 11 as you can. Good luck. By the way, we are not including any mobility companies in this list, so these are only car brands you're looking for. But we will list 16 car brands, 11 of which are owned by Stellantis NV. 5 of them are not. They are owned themselves or they're owned by some other subsidiary company. So good luck, and here we go.
Answers are...
And your 45 seconds starts now. And again, thank you very much to Sheldon for this board. It's an interesting avatar you've got going on there, Topple. What's going on there? Is that me doing weird things, or have you actually changed it? No, you have actually changed it. Interesting. It's a very, very tiny Topple 1 text in. What font is that? I know what that font is. despite it only appearing in like 10 pixels high. What is that font? What's it called? I can't think what the title is. Interesting. Last few seconds to get an answer in. Lock them in. Submit now. That there is time. It's not Types New Roman. I'm pretty certain it's not that. And Comic Ass or Comic Sans, I don't think it's that either. You wrote this and forgot most, says Sheldon. Yeah. Well, you're going to get the author bonus at the end, the 10,000 do author bonus, so good luck with that. I've just seen we've got 2 Ralphs on the board here as well. I'm guessing one of them is a Twitch joined Ralph, and one of them is a Hackbox joined Ralph, so one of them's going to do badly, and one of them's going to do a bit better, hopefully. Wingdings 2, I don't think it's that either. Thank you for the follow there. Moxie's Twitch. Okay, Moxie's, thank you very much for the follow. Let's have a look to see where we're going. Let's go through some answers. Let's start off with Citron. Citron? How are we thinking about Citron? It's a good answer, Citron. Nothing else to say about that, but yes, owned by Stellantis NVs. That is some points on board for those players. Next, we're looking at Peugeot. Peugeot, what a name that is. Also correct. Peugeot, the PSA group stands for Peugeot Société Anonyme. So yeah, the PSA, which is one of the other arms of Stellantis NV, literally means Peugeot Société or Société Anonyme. That is the full name for PSA. So if you knew that, then congratulations on working out the Peugeot there. Next, Jeep. Jeep is correct. Nothing else to add to that, but Jeep is a good answer. So we've gotten through 3 of the correct answers. There are 8 remaining. There's still 5 wipeouts to avoid. How are we doing bid-wise? Anybody going big? No, nobody going big. We don't appear to have a Drahouska this evening to go for the full bid of 11. Though we do have Kenda going with a bid of 8. So that's quite a bold bid, given there are only 8 remaining correct answers on the board. So you have to hope you get all the other 8 to survive. Otherwise, you will wipe everything out. Oh, you were at an 11, Kenda. Ah, you have gone for the full bid of 11 then. Okay. Well, we'll continue on. Hope that you can complete your full bid. Next, we're going to Alfa Romeo. Alfa Romeo. Also good, yes, a classic Italian brand whose popular models include the Giulia and the Stelvio. Alfa Romeo, also part of the NV, Stellantis NV. Oh yes, we've definitely had people complete full bids before, Matt. That's not a irregularity. We've definitely had it happen on a couple of occasions, mainly on boards where people have really strong knowledge, specific knowledge on that board, so they could easily run the board and get 11. I think Ralph has done 11 before, and a few other players as well. In a more general case, I don't think we've had like a general case full sweep, but yeah, specific boards for specific knowledge bases have done very well for some players. Oni's had 2, Danny's come close to 1, so yeah, it's not a rarity in that sense, but yeah, they're difficult to obtain, is what I will say. They are difficult to obtain. Continuing on, next we're going to Dodge. No dodging there. Dodge is a correct answer. Stellantis also owns the now separate brand Ram. Also owns Ram as well as Dodge. Kenda still on track. 6 left on the board. That a good 6 remaining in the bid. Anybody in overbid territory? No overbids. Topper's still looking for 6 correct answers and has yet to get off the mark. So Topper, you have to pull your leg out a bit here because there's yeah, good luck. Next, Vauxhall. Interesting. Also good answer for Vauxhall. No further information on that. Doing very well indeed. What was that? Don't worry, my name's usually hard to say. It's EAS. Oh, all right. Mux EAS. Right, okay. I get that now. Right. We will continue on next. Maserati. Also a good answer for Maserati. No additional information on that. Kenda, still on for a perfect bid. 4 more to go, though, to see it out. Oren looking for 2 more. And Oren's also one of the authors of the boards later on, so might be in for a really good payout this evening. Tipster looking for 1 more, currently sitting on 14,000 as well. So some very good scores so far. Not a single wipeout to be seen. Or will it be the next one? Well, we're going to Opal. Oren's not gone for this, but Kenda has. So has Topper as well, with 4 left to go. Opal? Another good answer. Nothing else to say about that, but another good answer on the board. Kenda and Topper 3 away. Dalton, you are 3 away. So you've got to get the next 3 right. BC, you are 4 away. Unfortunately, there are only 3 correct answers left on the board, meaning you will be overbidding by at least 1 wipeout. Pozdan is looking for only 3 to go. Colo also looking for 3, only still looking for 3, so a lot of people on the edge right now, hoping that they will survive with the next few answers being revealed. Kenda will not be going big on round 2, round 3, but you do have to bid at least 1, so you're still at risk even in those scenarios. Next, we're going to DS Automobiles. Only a few going for this right now. Kenda, Dalton, Amy, me. Only BC and Cola have gone for DS Automobiles. Well, Topper hasn't gone for this. Puzzledown hasn't gone for this, and they are currently in the sketchy zone. Same with Cetra as well. If any other correct answer comes up, then they will be overbidding. DS Automobiles? It's a good answer. It's a very good answer, yes. DS Automobiles create French luxury vehicles, they do. So Kenda, still on track, 2 more to go. Dalton is 2 away. Oni, JB, Oren, 2 away. Cetra, unfortunately, now overbid. Topper, now also in overbid. Puzzledown, also in overbid. Deuce, also in overbid on 3 with 2 left to go. We haven't done a full sweep yet. Still 2 correct. 5 wipeouts to avoid. We haven't hit a single wipeout yet. This is crazy. Where are we going now? Ferrari. Okay, we've got Dalton, Cetra, Brian, BC, Pozdan, Deuce, all going for Ferrari. As we get a raid from Mr. Prey Streams. Hello, Mr. Prey. How are you doing? What were you doing? What were you playing? Welcome on in, Raiders. Unfortunately, you have joined in just late to play this game. This does not have any time entry, so you're just going to have to watch along for a bit. But you're more than welcome to heckle from the sidelines. Just don't spoil any answers. That's all I would say. Ferrari, is it a Stellantis NV car manufacturer? No! Ferrari was a piece of Fiat, which is Fiat Chrysler, but only until 2015, when it was then spun off into its own entity. So yes, was Fiat, part of the Fiat company, but got spun off in 2015, and as such is not part of the Stellantis NV company. Hard luck there for those that went for that answer. That one is a wipeout. Pretty sure that was the last answer you gave, Cetra. That's so cruel. But that's how this game goes. Don't worry, you still have 2 more boards to play through, and hopefully you can claw it all back. And for everybody else, it's currently looking like they're safe, like Tipster on 18,000. Well, that's not safe until we finish board number 3, because, well, all of that could still get wiped out on those next few boards. Kenda's still looking for 2. There are 2 up here that are good to go. Where are we going next? Abarth, or Abarth. This is one I've not actually heard of myself, so I don't really know. Abarth? Coin flip number 1, says Kenda. Did you coin flip the right way? Is correct. According to Stellantis, Abarth means fun to drive, apparently. That's what it means. Or shower. Oh, they make a version of the 500. Oh, do they now? Interesting. Well, that was coin flip number 1 for you, Kenda. It has been successful. You've still got 1 more to go, though. Smattering of people, still 1 left to go. Matt in overbid with 2 left to go. Topper with 3 left to go. Unfortunately, they will be wiping out. So it's come down to this. There's only one left up here that's good. The rest are all bad, and they're all wipeouts. Shall I have a click of a random answer and see who's gone for it? I'm going to do that, because normally I just let the RNG... Well, I say RNG, there is a determination as to the order it reveals things. I can, in this game now, just decide on an answer that I want to see the result of. So, let's go over to Lancia. Let's go to Lancia. Okay, Kenda, Oren, and JB on the top row. Oni, Topper, Cetra, and also BC in the wipeout zone, at the bottom two there, did go for Lancia. So, seemingly some agreement at the top there, though more middling answers not have gone for this answer. Is this the final correct answer on the board? Or is this a wipeout? Lancia is the final correct answer. Everything else is a wipeout. So the Lancia shield used since 1929 was redesigned again in 2022 to be more minimalistic, but truer to the original firm. The other wipeouts on the board there, Jaguar and Land Rover, were owned by Ford and purchased from them in 2008 by the Tata Group. Bentley, owned by the Volkswagen Auto Group, VW, previously of Rolls-Royce. The Infiniti is owned by Nissan, acting as a luxury wing. And the Saturn, not Sega, not only is this a defunct brand, it was owned by GM, General Motors, until it collapsed in 2010. All those others are wipeouts. Congratulations to Kenda, acing the board there. Very well done on a perfect board. Let's go over to the leaderboard seat where everybody is standing. At the end of board number 1, we do have some people in the wipeout zone, but don't worry, you can easily claw back on boards 2 and 3. Danny is the first of the scorers as we keep going up, only on 7,500. Sheldon with the author bonus of 10,000. Kenda at the top, though, with the score to beat on 33,000 oots. So, Kenda, you've got 2 more boards to survive. Otherwise, that 33,000 is going down, down, down into the bin. So, remember, you have to give me at least one answer on the next 2 boards. If you do not give me an answer, I will wipe you out. It's sort of the kind of how Jeopardy treats its what is ruling. In sort of round 1, there are like gentle nudge, remember you should probably say it. Round 2 in Double Jeopardy, definitely say it, otherwise we'll penalise you. So yes, from board 2 onwards, I will penalise you quite severely with a wipeout if you do not give me any answers on the board. So just bear that in mind, okay? Bear that in mind. Shall we move on to board number 2? I think we shall. Board number 2 is this. Under my domain is this board. And I believe Oren can sit back and relax on board number 2. Going to be getting an author bonus of 10,000. Under my domain, any ideas? We've got TLDs. That's a good suggestion. Very good suggestion. Web domains, internet, TLDs, woo free money. It's free real estate. Well, actually, what Oni's by saying by woo free money is at the end, their board is board number 3, meaning they're going to get 10,000 whether they like it or not. But yeah, some good suggestions on web domains, but unfortunately we are going somewhere different with this particular board. Which of these deities are correctly paired with one of their domains? So, in myth and religion, gods and goddesses often hold dominion over multiple aspects of creation. For instance, Greeks and Romans both worshipped Apollo as god, not only of the sun, but of music, archery, prophecy, and medicine. You need to select the 11 gods or goddesses who are correctly matched with one of the aspects with which they are associated. Sometimes not their primary domain, but certainly one of their domains that they are known for. So we're going to give you 16 pairs, essentially. A name of a deity equals a domain, potentially, of that deity. If you believe the pairing is correct, select it as a correct answer. Avoid the ones that you believe are bogus pairings. all the 16 names, I believe, are true deity names, but the domains they may be a deity of may not be correct. So beware of that. 11 are correct pairings. 5 are dupes. If you're all ready, here we go.
Answers are...
And your 45 seconds starts now. So a bit of processing required on this board. Remember, 1 answer minimum, otherwise I will wipe you out. And remember, you can submit early and then submit again while the time is still live. Nope, Oren, you can just sit back. You will get an author bonus. This music makes me want to dance in a church. You should go. You should honestly. All the sort of BBC music in that time for like game shows and that were just top tier. This one is just so good. And I've got, I've done a recreation of some of the music for this as well. It's really, really good stuff. Paul Daniels' version of Wipeout on BBC. That's what you need to look for to listen to it in its proper context. So, of course, we're basically playing the same game. 3 fertilities. Yeah, it's a fairly fertile board, must be said. Fairly fertile board, and they're all right next to each other as well. The RNG did actually shuffle the board, but they've happened to shuffle them all next to each other on row 3. So let's start going through some answers. Do we actually have anybody I need to wipe out? So we've got the fake Ralph, I think, with no bid, but everybody else has given me at least a bid of 1, so I'm not going to hit the button. I don't need to. The biggest bid we've got, Cetra, has gone for a bid of 8. That is quite a bold bid, but should hopefully get them in good stead, getting out of the wipeout zone. Kenda at the top, despite having 33,000 dupes at risk, has gone for a bid of 3. Tips has also gone for a bid of 3. JB's content with just a bid of 1 at the top. Well, let's start going through some answers, shall we? Did prefer... No. Absolutely the correct answer. Absolutely the correct answer, Mock. If anybody who says the Bob version is better, they are just simply wrong, especially because the scoring system is also completely broken in that, because every answer is worth the same amount. Where's the risk in that? You're absolutely right in that sentiment, Mock. Paul Daniels' version, so much better. So much better. Anyway, I'll get off my soapbox and start revealing some answers, shall I? Ra. Sun. Yeah, fair enough. I think that's a fairly easy answer to get in there. Possibly the best known of the Egyptian gods, the sun god Ra, or sometimes spelt Re, was considered the strongest member of the Egyptian pantheon. So yes, everybody went for Ra, which was a good answer. Very good to see. Points for everyone! Can you keep a hold of them, though? More answers to come. Go to Thor. Storms. Well, certainly if the MCU is to be believed, did they follow the sort of the official canon? Yeah, I suppose we should say so. Whilst best known as the Norse god of thunder and storms, he is also a fertility god. Yes, another fertility god, and protector of sacred trees and groves. So yes, Thor, not only of thunder and storms, but also fertile. If anything's to be said about deities, apparently they're fertile. Next up, we're going to Freya. We're starting off with the actual fertilities. Freya with fertility. Is that a correct pairing? Yes, that is a correct pairing. Freya is the Norse goddess of fertility, beauty, sex, and war. Very good selection there. Kenda's still looking for 2 at the board. 2 on the board there. JB has banked out on 14,500 right now. Tip's on 21,000. That's a very strong score there, Tip. Sheldon's looking for 4 more. Not much else to be said. How's Cetra doing? 5 more to go. We still have 8 remaining on the board that are good. Okay. Let's continue on then. Next, Pele, fire. Also good answer. Yes, Pele was worshipped by the indigenous Hawaiians as the goddess of fire and volcanoes. Very good answer there. Kenda looking for 1 more to bank out of this board. Sheldon now looking for 3 more. And if I'm wrong, I'm blaming OSP. Okay. Sheldon's already made a mistake. Oh no. Well, let's see. Let's continue on. Moving on to Artemis of Night. Artemis of Night. It's so interesting to see these answers go through because we started off with Ra, and everybody that could answer went with Ra. We're now on Artemis, and we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 7 people that have answered with this particular answer. So clearly there was a big cliff of difficulty potentially on this board. But it's all good knowledge. Artemis Night? No, it's not! While Artemis is goddess of the moon, as well as the hunt, it's Nyx, N-Y-X, who holds domain over the night in the Greek pantheon. So yes, Nyx is night, Artemis is moon or hunt. Those are the other options you've got there. Not Artemis Night. Hard luck there, wiping out down to 0. You've got one more board to claw it back. You easily can do it. I mean, you just saw Ken achieve a 33,000. Entirely doable from your side of things on the final board. Next, let's go to Poseidon of Horses. Only 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 have selected this answer. Poseidon Horses is a correct answer. Yes, let's have a look at that information. Poseidon, Greek god of the sea, is credited with the creation of horses. One story suggests it was to win the heart of Demeter. Another suggests it was his offering opposite Athena to become patron of Athens. So Poseidon, yes, indeed, god of horses. Very good answer. Kendi is still looking for 1. Sheldon is climbing up the ladder right now, looking for 2 more. Cetra is still looking for 3, and there are 6 up here that are good for you. There are 4 that are still bad wipeouts. Now, considering the numbers of answers that are coming up, and the number of people go for particular answers, we might be in for a second round of bidding, folks. Just going to put that out there as a potential route of action if we don't go through all of the answers on the board. Let's continue on with... Oh, this is going to be an interesting one. Talok or Telok? Rain. I'm going to go with Talok. Rain on this one. 4 players have gone for it. Is that a correct pairing? It is a correct pairing. Talok Rain is the Aztec god of rain, water, caves, and mountains. He is one of the... Oh, and the sentence just finishes for some reason. I don't know why the sentence finishes for some reason, but it does. But yes, Talok, or Tlaloc, is the Aztec god of rain, water, caves, and mountains. Very good answer. Sheldon looking for 1 more. Kenda looking for 1 more. Ralph and BC still looking for 1 more. Otogi and Deuce looking for 1 more. Mr. Vertigo's looking for 2, same as Topper. Brian looking for 1 more. So there's not many remaining answers to go. Well, there's 5. There's 9 on the board we haven't revealed yet. But there's not so many answers from the players. One of the. Yeah, he is one of the. One of the. Don't worry, Aaron. I didn't notice it as well when I was looking through it. Next, only 3 players have gone for Ishtar, another of the fertilities. Is Ishtar also a god or goddess of fertility? Is correct. Kendi, you're safe on 36,000 for now. Yes, Ishtar was worshipped by Sumerians, Babylonians, and Assyrians as a goddess of love, fertility, and war. So yes, 2 of the fertilities certainly correct. Are all 3 on the board correct? Well, we'll see in a moment. But Kenda, you are currently safe and secure on 36,000. Can you keep that alive at the end of board number 3? Because that is a lot to lose. As for other answers, we don't have many left in the players. Have they gone for unique answers? If so, then we might have enough to cover everything and complete in this round of bidding. But it's still a possibility that we go for a second round of bidding. There are 4 right and 4 wrong left on the board to reveal. We're going to go to Susanoo Moon. Susanoo. Sheldon, Ralph, and BC have gone for this. Susanoo Moon. Oh Sheldon all the way down. Susanoo is the Japanese god of storms and the brother of Amaterasu, goddess of the sun. And Sheldon saying Tsukiyomi being night. Well, I've certainly got it. Tsukiyomi is god of the moon, so that would be the correct pairing here. Tsukiyomi is moon. Susanoo is storms and is the brother of Amaterasu, goddess of the sun. Isn't that from Naruto? I mean, a lot of names in popular anime, or even in unpopular anime, come from different religions and things like that. So entirely a thing that could be related to particular anime culture. So Sheldon wiping out, hard luck there. So those live players, we've only got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 with a bid left to go. But we will process any other bids from Wipeout players if we have them. And we keep going through them until we have no other bids left. And if we have no other bids left and there are still answers on the board to go, then we will go for another round of bidding. Just bear that in mind. Next, Ptah, Wisdom, and 3 players agree on this answer. So Cetra, Anitogi, and Deuce all hope this is the final correct answer for their bid. Ptah, Wisdom. Oh, it's a wipeout! It's a wipeout! Ptah was the Egyptian god of crafters and builders. It was Thoth who was worshipped for the domains of wisdom and writing. So the correct pairing was Thoth, wisdom, and Ptah for crafters and builders. Hard luck there, Cetra. I mean, you went for a really bold bid. You got 7 of them right. Just that final answer, unfortunately, was not correct. We've got 4 correct and 2 wipeouts left of the board. We have Mr. Vertigo and Topper with 2 answers left to give, which totals 4 if they went with completely different answers. We also do have potentially some answers in the wipeout players, which we don't know. We don't know if they actually have anything left to give, but we will see as we start revealing more answers. At the very least, we have to go through the answers that Mr. Vertigo and Topper have gone with. They've both agreed, which is very interesting, they've both agreed on Itzamna, Sky. So both of them hoping to claw some points up here for Itzamna, Sky. Correct answer. Yes, there was the Mayan god of sky and wisdom and was worshipped as one of the founders of Mayan culture. It's a good answer for both of them. They have 1 left to give each. Now, people can do math with that. 1 + 1 = 2. The only way we can guarantee a finish here is if they both selected different wipeout answers. Because there are 3 correct and 2 wipeouts. But, of course, there are also wipeout players to consider. Do they have other bids in play? Oh, hello. Someone in the wipeout zone does have a bid, but ties with the Topper answer of Mercury being beginnings and endings. Yes, we're giving you 2 for 1 on this one. Mercury, beginnings and endings. If this is right, then Topper, your bid is safe. Beginnings and endings. Oh no! While Mercury was the Roman god of messengers, travellers, and commerce, two-faced Janus, or Janus, was the god of transitions and gates, as well as beginnings and endings. So that was the answer we're looking for there. Janus or Janus, whichever way you would like to say it. That was the answer we're looking for that pairing. Unlucky Topper, wiping down to 0. So there's only Mr. Vertigo, the live players, left to go. We could have some other answers to process. We are going to first process Mr. Vertigo's final answer of Ame no Uzume, Dawn. Ame no Uzume, Dawn. If this is the last wipeout answer, we are guaranteed finish on the board. If this is a correct answer, which Mr. Vertigo is certainly hoping is, then we will potentially have more to go. Ame no Uzume, Dawn is a correct answer. Uzume is the handmaiden of Amaterasu, previously named goddess of the sun. She is also the goddess of mirth, revelry, and the arts. Now, Do we have any other answers to process in the Wipeout players? We do. We do have some answers to process. Chronoblazer has offered the answer of Airmed, herbalism. If this is the final Wipeout answer, the board is done. If this is a correct answer, we could be left with a 50-50. Airmed, herbalism is a correct answer. Airmed is one of the Tuatha De Danann of Irish mythology. Healing herbs grew from her tears over the death of her brother, Micah or Micah. So we are left with a 50-50. Now, I'm going to hit the button one more time. If there is another answer to provide from someone, then the board is over. If there is not, and I get an exception, then we will go for another round of bidding on a 50-50. I've pressed the button and it threw an exception, meaning there are no other answers to process. It is a 50-50, folks. You need to bid one more time. One of these is right. One of these is wrong. Everybody is at risk. Good luck. 45 seconds to decide your fate starts now. One of these is right. One of these is wrong. You shouldn't be able to, Kenda. Because there's only one correct answer on the board. It should prevent you from locking in two answers. I think. Look, Chrono's still looking for an answer, please. There you go. Last few seconds. Lock your answer in now. And that there is time. Well, we're definitely guaranteed finish now because we have at least a bid of one from someone. So we know someone's got it right and maybe someone's got it wrong, or vice versa. Who is staying with points and who is wiping out critically at the end of board 2? Pretty much everyone going with the same answer. Going with Saraswati equals knowledge, thinking, you can't have 3 correct fertilities on the board. Can't have 3 correct fertilities. Are you all correct in assuming that we wouldn't do a group of 3 on the board? Or is this the final wipeout? And this is going to be the funniest intro into board number 3. Saraswati knowledge. Your gut is correct. One of the Tridevi of Hindu religion, along with Lakshmi and Parvati, Saraswati is the goddess of knowledge, art, music, and learning. The other answer, Halakyana, should I say, is a dwarf-like trickster in Zulu mythology and is not a god or goddess of fertility. So very well done on being astute enough to thinking we wouldn't put 3 fertilities on the board that were correct. You went the right way. Very well done. Oren gets their 10,000 author bonus for writing the board there. At the end of board number 2, most of you have got score now. Which makes it very interesting as we go in to board number 3, because pretty much everyone in play has got 5,500 at a minimum. But at the top of the board, as we climb up and up and up, we have got Tipster at 26,500, Oren and 32,500, Kenda, the one to beat, 41,500! 41,500, Kenda. That is a lot of points to throw away on board number 3. And Oni is happy because, of course, this is the 3 points round since Oni has written this final board. Just pick one right answer. Well, you say that, Yellowtail. If you did that, and if everybody did that, we may still get a second bid round situation. So it may not necessarily be a guaranteed one and done. So just bear that in mind, eh? Okay, board number 3. And as Oni puts it, it's the world's easiest wipeout board. Oh, good. So, what do we think, folks? What do we think about the world's easiest wipeout board? Not believing it. Nope. Why do I feel that's a lie? Traitor. This is a wipeout. This is not a wipeout. Super difficult. Stelios. Just look. 11 yes, 5 no. Click on yes. I'd never lie to you, says Oni. No. 250 next, Matt.
It's only easy if you know the answer.
It is only easy if you know the answer. And the answers, or this board, contains the following. Which of these can be translated into a word meaning easy? It is literally the world's easiest wipeout board. We're going to give you 16 statements or things, 11 of which translate as easy. 5 of them are far, far more difficult. So yes, once upon a time, someone asked Oni if he could make a wipeout board that was easier than his usual lot. Never the one to avoid an attempt at a beautiful malicious compliance. On the board you'll see 16 words in 16 languages. Yes, we've gone across the board here, across the world. 11 of these words translate as a word like easy or simple or synonymous to that. 5 of these will translate as hard or difficult or tough, as in tough luck, I'm stealing your bank. If there's one thing we have to learn in this round is that you should never give Oni the opportunity to be a bit of an arse. Alright? Select the easy, avoid the difficult. Here you go.
Answers are...
And it mostly appears correctly. There's only one character in that I'm a little bit disappointed by, but it's good enough. To be fair, Google Sheets can't display it properly, so... Google Sheets can't do it, then... what hope is there that I can do it? Ken, you're not taking any risk. Only go for a bid of 1, remember. Get those bids in, minimum of 1. If you do not give me a bid, I will wipe you out. 10 seconds, get your answers in. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And that there is time. A with a brave. Oni's fonts do that. Big up Romania. Well, I don't suspect that particular phrase is in Romania, or Romanian, should I say. Foggy sees 3 languages that he speaks, and 1 he's learning up there. Oh, that's what we love to see. We've got some lovely selection of languages here. Midget on the says, go for 1 and done, hopefully for 9,000 doots. Well, let's have a look at some bids. Chrono, you didn't give me a bid. You've got 5,500 at risk. You didn't give me a bid, so unfortunately I'm going to have to wipe you out. And also wipe the fake Oni. The fake Ralph Lupine one on the board as well. Thankfully, they are separate entities entirely. But anyway, let's go through some answers, shall we? Tips has gone for a bit of 4. Oren's gone for a bit of 2. Kenda is just going for a bit of 1. Just 1 and done, and hoping that will be the end of the board. Let's go and reveal some answers. Starting with facile or facile or something like that. Well, I'm guessing it's probably French. Maybe also Italian. Facile. Yeah, it's easy. Italian, French, and a few other European languages have very close approximations to facile. For example, the Spanish and Portuguese, facile. F-A acute accent C-I-L. It's the French Joker of Agenda, banking out on 42,000. Only if we have completed the board, though, Kenda. Just adding that bit of tension in for you. Next up, let's go to Simplia. I mean, it basically looks like simple. Basically looks like simple. So surely it is simple, right? Yeah. Wonderfully, a notoriously difficult to learn language like Basque has such a simple word for simple. Yeah, Simplia is the Basque word for simple. It's as simple as that. 9k, get me out of there. That's what we like to see, Pulls down. Well done. Next, Einfach. Einfach. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 have gone for this answer. Basque is the full spelling for Basque. 2 players in chat also telling you exactly that. Einfach. That is easy in German. Yes, German continues to do its own thing, with a word for easy looking similarly to, yet being completely different from the German phrase ein Fach, which means one school subject. Germany, could you not, please? Oren currently banking up 34,000. Tips is looking for 2 more. JB looking for 1 more. Cole on the top row there looking for 1 more as well. DMC, go for a bold bid. Still looking for 6 more correct answers on the board. Okay. Next, we're going to go to Sin complicaciones. Well, that didn't work at all. Sin complicaciones. Something along those lines. Sounds like without complication. Make me say complicated things. Is it without complication? I think it pretty much is that. Yes, uncomplicated. It's Spanish for uncomplicated, like this explanation. But pronouncing complicaciones, it's certainly more complicated. Colo banking out 14,500. Doing very well there. DMC still looking for 6 more. There are 7 left on the board that are good. 5 wipeouts to avoid. Next, we're going to Kantan. That just sounds like a region in Pokemon. I know it's Kanto. Kantan, for a few players, is good. It's Japanese for easy. First knew this from that What Doritos Xbox game back in the day that was a total wipeout knockoff. The achievement, Sore wa Kantan desu, was ironically hard as nails. So yeah, Sore wa Kantan desu means, well, it means this is easy, or that is easy, but was hard as nails. So doing well there. DMC, need to get some of those bids in. 6 up here that are good. And you've still got a bit of 6 to get through. Ooh, I don't know if you're going to get through it, but we'll see. Sounds like I'm saying Santander. Well, that's the R sound in Japanese. It's not an A sound, it's an R sound. A, I, U, E, O. Those are the 5 traditional vowel sounds in Japanese. So yeah, Kantan. Or Sore wa Kantan desu. You don't say Sore wa Kantan desu, unless you're doing some weird Americanized version of Japanese. Anyway, moving on next. Basset, or Basit. I mean, it basically looks like someone has misspelled the word basic. You know, they've just replaced the C with a T and they've just gotten, mixed up on the keyboard or something. Basit, or Basset. So it almost sounds like bop it. Bop. Basit. Yeah, it's good. It's in Turkish and it means simple. Its similarity to the word basic is completely coincidental, though. It isn't actually derived from the word basic. Who knew? Twist it, pull it. Is it a basset hound? Maybe. Bop it. Pop! We're continuing on. DMC, that was one of your remaining 6. So you're still good. Next. I need some helpo, please. I need some helpo, please. Help, I need an adult. I am an adult. Helpo! Yeah, it's correct, though. It's the Finnish word for easy. No helpo required. Hit the damn buzzer! So yeah, helpo was Finnish for easy. Because of course that makes sense. DFC looking for 4 more. 4 correct answers left on the board. We haven't hit a wipeout yet. Next, we're going to Sunku. Sunku. Almost a diagonal across the board there. Going for this answer. Sunku. Oh no! JP! Wiping out there. No, Sunku is the word hard in Lithuanian. The sunk in Sunku, the S-U-N-K, representing what's just happened to your bank. If you just selected it there. Yeah, hard luck there. JB and DMC, Cetra, and Deuce there. Ooh, excuse me, and Deuce all wiping out on that board, on that answer there. Hard luck. Goodness me, all the gas. Well, that's one of the wipeouts. There are 4 left on the board. We might go for a second round of bidding. Who knows? Next. Howd. Okay, now that just looks like the word hard, and they can't pronounce their R's. This is a Jonathan Ross Howd. Is this really just Jonathan Ross language? Jonathan Ross? Howd? No, it's easy. It is absolutely easy. Despite looking a bit like hard, it's Welsh for easy. Bloody hell, Wales. So yeah, the Welsh for easy looks hard. The logic there. Okay, next up, let's go to Asan. Asan. I don't know where to go with this one. Only 4 players have gone for this. Asan. What's that long town called? Clanfair PG. ... Asan? It's a good answer. Asan, we go to Azerbaijan for this one, where the words for easy, simple, and basic are Asan, Sadeh, and Asas, which appeared on his Google Translate vertically, like I was playing Mastermind against it something. So yeah, the 3 are they basically look like each other. That we've got like things that look like A's that aren't A's, like schwas or something along those lines. But yeah, easy, simple, and basic all kind of look the same. It's kind of weird. But yes, was a good answer. We have 2 up here that are good, 4 wipeouts to avoid. And we're going to the one with the dodgy character in it, Jandan. I'm definitely butchering pronunciation on that. I have no idea, but I'm pretty certain this is supposed to be a Chinese word. So Jandan, I guess there's going to be tones in there that I'm getting absolutely wrong, and I've probably said something completely and utterly wrong. In which case, yeah, I've probably said the word fried egg if I've gotten the tones wrong there. But Jandan is correct. You have to be careful with the accents. The pinyin form of the Chinese word for easy. But if you put a horizontal bar over the first A instead of that like Macron thing or whatever it was, and an acute accent over the second A, then yeah, you've accidentally said something that is a fried egg instead. So yeah, easy or fried egg, depending on how you tone pronounce it. Okay. There's only 1 right answer left on the board. Tip at the top of the board and top at the bottom of the board. I've got 1 answer left to go. Have they gone with the correct answer, or have they hit one of the wipeouts? Got the tip and the top. Except the top's at the bottom and the tip is at the top. Makes no sense. And to you too, Brian. Thank you, 100 bits. Let's see what they've gone for. Tip at the top, but not top. Who's at the bottom? Has gone for Laco or Laco. Laco. Is this the final correct answer on the board? In which case the board is done. Or is this one of the 4 remaining wipeouts? Laco is the final correct answer on the board. Laco means easy around the Serbo-Croat linguosphere. What's that word? Answers on a postcard, please. But yeah, Serbian, Croatian languages have Laco or Laco meaning easy. The other 4 on here, Muklik, something like Muiklek, sorry, is Dutch for difficult. You'd be looking for Meklik, ironically making the word for easy really difficult to spell. But yeah, Muiklek is difficult, Meklik is easy, or something along those lines. Yak, not the animal in this case, but yak is the Thai word for difficult. In Thai folklore, yak is used in words to describe mythical characters such as ogres, e.g. the Yakshar. Not Yorkshire. This next one, Niwaz Mochny. Niwaz Mochny. Something like that. It's the Russian word for impossible. Naturally, impossible didn't take off over there because there wasn't a place to put the exclamation mark in the logo. And the last one there, Erfifush. Erfifush is tricky in Icelandic. Chose this because Iceland became last at the 2001 Eurovision with the artist Too Tricky, because of course only did. So those other 4 there were wrong answers. They were all difficult. Everything else was easy. At the end of board number 3, let's look at the final scores. Unfortunately, a few ending on a 0. Hard luck, but we have some winning lines in a moment. Hopefully you can score big in winning lines. Maybe even get 1 million. On the top row, we've got Zinix, Oni, Ice Tim, Tipster, Oren, and our winner of 42,000 is Kenda Light. Well done, Kenda. What a wonderful win there. 42,000 doots being paid out there to you and also to everybody else there that has earned some points in Wipeouts. Congratulations to you all and some great performances. Thanks again go out to Oren and Sheldon and Oni for the 3 boards that you've played tonight of Wipeout. There's really great boards, honestly, and some really great tension drawn out in them as well. So thank you once again, and you'll be seeing some more from the wondrous Wipeout writing workforce team thing over the next few episodes of Wipeout, because they are sort of solely dedicated to writing Wipeout boards for the next few games. We've got 4 people writing for the Wipeout games in a sort of cycle. We'll probably have a Mr. Vertigo board in the next edition, along with a couple of others, but I haven't decided on the stacking just yet. Yes, we've got 4 people writing for the next few editions of Wipeout, all taking turns a little bit. Right. Thank you very much for that. I'm going to roll the credits in a moment, and then we'll head over to Winning Lines, which I haven't played for a while. So sit tight, and we'll head over there in just a few moments. As I remember that I don't need to do that. I need to press this button and do... Oh, God, how do I do the credits again? I've forgotten last time, didn't I? There's a special button to do it, and I forgot where that final button is. Oh, I'm an idiot. Where is that? Where's that gone, Ashley? Where's the magic button to go to credits? I forgot again where that is. Where is the magic button to go to credits? I can't believe I forgot where that was again. I did it last time. I forgot where the magic button was. Oh, there it is. It's that magic button there. Let's do that. Roll credits. Just give me 1 minute, folks, to transition over, because I remember that this one has the webcam in the game studio. So I'm just going to have to turn that off in OBS briefly, and then we'll head over to Winning Lines in just a minute's time. Me doing midstream continuity? What the hell's that all about? Here's your host, me. Hey, I'm back in the studio once again. C'est toi, c'est moi. Let's get on with the game, as we need to enter in a FAIG. FAIG is the room code to enter in. Change the camera B, please. FAIG, please be careful on your spelling there, folks, because we don't want you getting auto-modded out of here. FAIG, that is the room code to enter in. Do not mess that up. So, if you've never played Winning Lines before, then it is a very, very simple game. It is a question all about numbers, a game all about numbers. I ask you questions, the answers will be whole numbers, integers. You submit me a Whisper to Quizbot 3000 with what you believe is the correct answer, and if you are the fastest to do so, then you advance through the game. Get it wrong, though, you will be eliminated. How long until we start? It'll be a few minutes, I would say, Dalton. I would say a couple of minutes, and then we'll get the game underway. So don't worry about that. And yes, so a lot of these avatars will probably be cached from a long time ago, because this is using the older avatar system from other editions of my edition of TwitchLib, which don't do all the cache recycling like the more modern version does. So yeah, you're probably looking at some older avatars here, but hopefully they are still somewhat accurate with your representations out there. Welcome to the game, BC, as well. So yeah, room code FAIG. It is a very simple game, this. Now, on the original schedule I wrote for this, I did say that Clive the Legend was going to be writing some questions in addition to what we already had previously. And that is still the intention. I do believe there is the intention to do that. The problem is, I am a big dum-dum, and I haven't actually had a chat with Clive about the requirements of what we need for the game. Because we'll need some questions for round 1, and we'll also need a smattering of questions for the numbers 1 through 49 as well. And I haven't talked to Clive about what the priorities or requirements are for those numbers. And so I don't think Clive has actually properly written anything. I haven't actually properly checked the website either. So he might have written some stuff. I just have been that negligent and not actually checked. But I've been more busy with well, other pressing things such as Quiz Night Live 2 and getting that sorted out. And while I might not be able to say anything necessarily right now, things have moved on with QNL2. Things have certainly made some progress, which is good news. That's all I'm going to say. Not going to say any more than that. But there definitely has been some progress made. And we have found a venue. We have found a venue to host it. Again, I'm not going to say anything other than that. I've already said too much. But we found a venue to host QNL2 in 2024. Oh shit, I just said that, didn't I? You definitely shouldn't have heard that, but I've said it now. Yeah, QNL2 is happening in 2024. Is the internet stable in said venue? So that is still something we're looking into. It seemed reasonable enough on the recce, but we won't know for certain until we do it live.
I shouldn't have said that.
We're still looking at potential additional solutions on top just in case. But hopefully, fingers crossed, it will be in a much better situation, and we will actually have a proper day of setup before everything goes live as well, to do proper tests of stuff rather than trying to do it on the day and then finding out everything didn't work. So yay, things are definitely progressing, and we have a venue, and yes, I have said it's happening in 2024. Outside of that, I'm not going to say any more. Definitely not any more. Room code is FAIG to join this game. Last chance to get in, and then we'll get this game underway. I will eventually tell you when about things, but we need to get other things organised first. There's a lot of stuff still to organise on it, and we need to try and get that stuff sorted first before making further progress, because we don't want to rush it like we did with QNL 1, where everything was rushed within 3 months. So you just have to chill out for a little bit longer and wait until further instructions on how to play the game. No, that was Wipeout. Toad, god damn it, you're getting in my ears again. But yeah, you'll have to wait until later down the line to when we actually properly fully announce it. But it certainly will occur at some point in 2024. Right, it's time to play the game. FAIG, last chance in. I'm going to close the room and move on with the game in 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Let's play! Yes, soon TM. That is a wonderful way of describing it. Soon TM. Good old Valve time there. And who knows, we might even follow a Valve or not do a QNL 3, but we'll see. Welcome to the 49ers. You've all been allocated a podium, hopefully. If you can't see your name or see where you are standing, then just say my number as a single message, and it will tell you what number you are at. Let's go over the rules of this here round. So in this round, we're only looking for 6 players to advance through. To qualify, you need to give me a correct answer and be the quickest to do so. Enter your answer into stream chat or whisper to Quizbot 3000. The answers will always be whole integer numbers, generally in the range 0 to 10,000. Just be careful though. If you give me an answer and it's wrong, then you will be eliminated from the game. Something you do not want to happen, because if you get eliminated, then you can't possibly advance. You don't have to answer if you don't know the answer, but of course, not answering means you can't advance. Only advance if you give me an answer, it is right, and you're the fastest to give me a correct answer. You'll still get some doots for correct answers if you're not fastest, but obviously, the way to play the game is to be as fast as you can to try and get through to future rounds. It is just going to be the one game of Winning Lines tonight, Miss Vertigo. Yes, and yes, watch in Twitch chat, because chat, as always, is king. Okay, let's get this game of the way and let's play Winning Lines. Another wonderful game with another lovely bed music. It really is just so beautiful. Chat is king, vid is queen. There you go. If you're all ready, folks, fingers on your numbers on your keypads or other numerology devices. It's time for question number 1. If Herbie the Love Bug's racing number was 10 less than it was in the Disney film, what would it be? If Herbie the Love Bug's racing number was 10 less than it was in the Disney film, what would it be? So yeah, not always going to give you straight up fact questions. We'll also ask you to do a bit of maths in the way as well. So let's light you in pink if you've played the question. Ooh, only 5 players have answered this question, so not much competition here. Now, if Herbie the Lovebug's racing number was 10 less, or 10 fewer, depending on how you want to describe that, than it was in the Disney film, what would it be? The answer that we are looking for on this question is 43. 43. So if you gave me the answer of 43, then that's good news. You're going to go a shade of blue. If you gave me an answer that was not 43, then unfortunately you're going to go a hue of red. 4 players went the right way. Unfortunately, Ferbster, you went with 33. I think you applied your 10 too many times there. You did 10 twice. Unfortunately, off by that much. 33, unfortunately, an incorrect answer, and it's an early departure. Hard luck. But you can continue to answer even if you have been eliminated, just so you can get yourself some extra doots. And additional note to the eliminated rule: if for whatever reason we eliminate everybody in the 49ers, that is an actual human being, then we will resurrect you, sort of do a Lazarus kind of thing. We will resurrect you all so that you all can get back in the game. But that's only if we get through all of the human players and get through, and they all get eliminated. It's a difficult scenario to occur, but it could happen. 4 players got it right. You're all going to go a shade of gold because you're all eligible to advance, or illegible, as I love to say, apparently. But who was fastest? Only the fastest will get through to looking after number 1. The top 3, in reverse order, were BC, third place, 4.80 seconds. Second place, Ralph, 4.53 seconds. And fastest of all, it's going to say it's a similar time to Ralph, but it did come through earlier on in the message queue. Oni! You were the fastest by literal thousandths of a second. Basically, the resolution we have there is the resolution at which speed the messages come in. They're not guaranteed to come through in thousandth of a second increments. They get passed through on a per frame basis here, but they might not get sent in per frame time. So they are bundled together, as it were. But yours was the first in the queue only. So you are first to advance through to looking after number 1. Congratulations. Dalton gave me a right answer, 9.3 seconds. Unfortunately, not fastest this time, but you've got 5 more chances to get in. Now, had I actually thought about this, I would have activated the winning line redemption system, but I forgot entirely about that, didn't I? Because we're now going to generate a number that means absolutely diddly squat. We lose the 0 in the 10th place, then we keep the 3, and the first of our winning line numbers is a 3. Yeah, I completely forgot that was a thing in this game. That's the whole point of winning lines, actually, is you generate a bloody winning line that people then call up for entering into the next edition. So congratulations, if you had a 3 in your winning line. Unfortunately, I can't prove it because nobody entered in any winning lines. Bingo! And I can't open the redemptions late. It does close at the in the lobby, so I can't accept late entries into the winning line redemption system. I completely forgot about that. Maybe I need to have a reminder for myself to go, turn the redemptions on. Can you still play the phone number? No, only don't enter in because well, you will be charged, and it won't be me charging you. It'll be somebody else, and you'll be talking to somebody else entirely as well. Don't go calling random numbers you don't know. But only you can sit tight because you're through to looking after number 1. You can do anything else you wish, just don't do that. Player safety and all. Let's move on to question number 2. Fingers on those numbers, everyone. Question number 2 is this. In computing, a nibble contains how many bits? In computing, a nibble contains how many bits? I do love this term. Okay. Fuck this. Nope, still nope, says Puzzledan. We're giving you some reasonable-ish questions here, and you're just throwing them away. I mean, well, we've still got some chances. We've still got 4 more chances after this question, so it's fine. De hell, says Chrono. I do love this term, a nibble. A good old nibble. Let's light you up in pink if you play this question. A few more have gone for this. We've got 10 in total playing this question. Now, you'll see there are 2 sort of brightnesses going on. Those that are a darker shade of pink, they are already in a situation where they advance through or they have been eliminated, so aren't eligible or illegible to make any change to proceedings for round number 2. But everybody else that is brighter could potentially get through to looking after number 1. So in which case we are looking at 8 players that could. So you might have heard of a byte, and a byte is a measure of 8 bits. Total of 8 bits makes up a total of a byte. You know, and you might think of, a byte as taking a bite out of something. Hence the name here, nibble, because you're taking a smaller bite. Yes, that's the kind of that. Computing people that they just try and make jokes out of everything, but yes, they're trying to make a little nibble out of something rather than a bite. So you're looking at a smaller value than 8, and the value we're looking for is 4. A nibble is 4 bits of data, whereas a byte is 8 bits of data. So, if you gave me 4, not a nipple, very different thing that, Kenda. Definitely a different thing. But you gave me 4 for a nibble, then I will light you blue. Did not give me 4, then you're going red. All the top row going blue. We've got Matt going with 8. We've got Dalton with 2, going for even smaller than a nibble. I forget what the term is for 2. They're pretty certain there is a really, really cheesy term for 2 bits. But I can't remember what it is right now. And then we've also got, who else was that? Zidix going with 9 bits of information. I guess if you don't know that it's shorter, then go for something very similar to a byte would make a lot of sense. Shave and a haircut, 2 bits. Jesus Christ, score. Unfortunately, not a right answer for 9, so we're going to say goodbye. Buzz him! Buzz this man! Oh, it's a crumb, is it? I've never heard of a crumb before. I thought it was something different, but I've not heard of crumb before, but I guess that makes sense, because it is smaller than a nibble. Okay, so we've got 7 that got it right, but only 5 of you go gold, because only 5 of you can advance on this question. So, who was fastest? Our top 3 were in reverse order. AB Me with 9.25 seconds. Then it was Cetra, 8.48 seconds. And fastest that can advance, Silver Electron, 6.922. Nai.Sir, 22 seconds. Very well done. Ferbster was actually faster, but can't do anything about getting through to the next round, and only did get it right. Was sort of in the middling ground there with a 9-second submission time. So, Silver Electron, congratulations! You are through to looking after number 1, so you can chill for a little bit. You can, of course, answer the next questions freely. I mean, even if you get it wrong, don't worry, you won't get eliminated. We lose the 3, keep the 4, and the second digit in this winning line, it doesn't matter, is a 4. I mean, we've got an ascending pattern right now. We've got the startings of a straight. That is a lovely thing, I suppose, but all that matters is nothing. Okay, 2, 3, 4 places left to fill. If you're all ready, fingers on those digits. Or digits on those digits. Here's question number 3. How many of the 55 Philadelphia Convention delegates signed the United States Constitution? Who wants to risk some American history? Who wants to risk some American history? I didn't say this one was easy to look at. I said the other 2 were reasonably okay, but I didn't say this one was easy. And only so happy that you can go for a crapshoot. Well, I mean, you've got a range. It can't be any more than 55 now, can it? Now, who was brave enough to answer this question? Who's brave? 3 players go for an answer. Only not necessarily brave, because they can go for a free answer. Sheldon and Ice Tim are our brave souls, putting themselves at risk, because if they get it wrong, they will be eliminated and can't advance. Sheldon says they've done a stupid. So, how many of the 55 Philadelphia Convention delegates signed the US Constitution? The answer that I'm looking for is 39. 39 is the answer we're looking for. It's a very interesting number. If you gave me the answer of 39, then I'm going to light you blue. If you didn't, then I'm going to light you red. Well then, Ice Tim, only person to get that one right, submitted 39, and because they are the only one to get it right, they are guaranteed through. We'll go through the procedure in a moment. Sheldon went with potential trick answer went with 0. Thought this was for the Articles of Confederation, therefore would have been a trick question. But no, this is of the US Constitution. So 0 was a wrong answer. You have just eliminated yourself from the game and only going with a free guess of 13. Interestingly, 39 is a multiple of 13. Don't know if that was where you were potentially going with, but was a wrong answer. View doesn't matter. Sheldon, it does. That is an elimination. Ice Tim, you're the only gold player, means you're through to looking after number 1. What's very confusing is you're called Ice Tim 8, but your avatar has a number 4. Really confusing. But yes, you're the only player. Give me a right answer there. 10 seconds. Who cares? You gave me an answer that was right. Nobody else did. You get through. We lose the 0 and keep the 6. And the third digit is a 6. We lose that straight slightly. We need to fill it in with a 5. We'll see if we can get a 5 on the line in a moment. We were halfway through the round. And we've got Oni on 3. We've got Ice Tim on 46. And, oh goodness me, I've forgotten the name already on 34. Keep seeing the Thwomp. I'm thinking, who's the Thwomp again? I can't remember who the Thwomp is. It's really terrible of me. I can't remember. Who's the Thwomp again? Silver Electron, that's it. Silver Electron. I try to burn the names in so that I can remember who you are just from Avatar alone, but for some names I can't quite get that to work with my brain. This Silver Electron is the Thwomp. I'll try and remember that. Silver Electron is the Thwomp. Okay, halfway through the round. We've got 3 more questions left to go, or maybe more if we get some more tricksy ones floating their way through, but we'll see. Get ready. Question number 4 is this. The new wave band fronted by Nick Hayward was known as Haircut what? The new wave band fronted by Nick Hayward was known as Haircut what? Now there's time. Shave and a haircut. 2 bits. And it's not 2. I'm telling you that for certain. That the answer is not 2. Yes, I'll request a haircut for $10.50, please, Willie Kender. All right, okay. I'll see what I can do. I'll see if I can put you in. What are these questions? Says Puzzledam. Okay, so this one is a little maybe not of this time, but roll back 10 years, and maybe this was still a decent quiz question that people would probably know about. Let's light you in pink if you play this question. We've got a total of 8 answering here. Very early 80s is the actual when the band was around, but I'm suspecting, early 2000s people might still have heard of it. I certainly have heard of it. Couldn't tell you any of the songs, but I could certainly have told you that name exists. And the number we're looking for to follow Haircut is 100. Haircut 100 was the name of the band, fronted by Nick Hayward. So if you gave me 100... then you're all good. You're going to go blue. Anything else, you're going red. That's a number. 5,792,130. Slightly off there. Slightly off there, another cat. Unfortunately, not a correct answer. And Matt, off by 1. Off by 1 went with Haircut 99. Unfortunately, not 99. Flake 99, yes. But not Haircut 99. Haircut 100 looking for there. So afraid... with the 5,792,130 and the 99, we have to say goodbye. Off by 1. An oboe detected. So 6 got it right. 4 going gold and can advance, or are illegible to advance through on this question. But who was fastest? In reverse order, third fastest was Tipster, 5.78 seconds. Second fastest, Ralph, 4.63 seconds. Really fast times now. But fastest of all, advancing with a time of 4.59 seconds, is Mr. Vertigo. Very well done, Mr. Vertigo. You are through to looking after number 1. Only getting the right answer in the middle there. Zidix just locking a correct answer in at the end there with 16 seconds on the clock. Getting some extra doots for giving a right answer. So, Mr. Vertigo, you're through. We lose the 0 and keep the 9. Unfortunately, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. If we want to do the full straight, we shouldn't be using a 9 right now. But the 9 does go on the winning line. That doesn't matter because nobody submitted that. So 4 questions down, 2 left to go. Will you take this opportunity to get through to looking after number 1? Let's see. Question number 5. Digits on digits. Here's the question. How many points is a blank tile worth in Scrabble? How many points is a blank tile worth in Scrabble? What are these numbers coming out as, honestly? That's a thing, says Yellowtail. Yes, 2 blanks in Scrabble, traditionally speaking. And they do have a value of sorts. Well, light your pick if you played. So loads more answering here. 30 have attempted this question. So yeah, your regular vowels and that, those are A's and E's, those are a value of 1. Your Z is a value of like 10. Q is also like 10. X is 8. J is, I think, 5, or no, K is 5, J is 8. And there's some others out there. The blank, the good old humble blank, that can be any letter you want it to be. For that luxury of being any letter you want it to be is a value of 0. The blank tile, or either of the blank tiles, because there are 2 generally in Scrabble, they're both worth 0. They give you the luxury of any letter, but at the cost of nothing. It is indeed pointless. So if you gave me 0, then good news, you're going blue. Anything else, though, you're going red. These numbers. Puzzle went with 5. Matt went with 1. Crodo with 20. Midget on the internet on 10. Dalton went with 1. And Mox went with 5,792,131. Funny numbers. Unfortunately, those are all wrong. We've got to say goodbye. 24 got it right, of which 17 go a shade of gold because you can advance on this question. So it's going to be quite tight at the top here. Lots of competition to be had. Top 3 in reverse order. We've got Ralph once again, 3rd place on 4.07 seconds. We've got Topper with a reloaded avatar, 3.567 seconds. And fastest of all with a time of 3.54 seconds. It's Mark! Well done, Mark. Really fast time. There are all the lock-ins. So yeah, it was a bit of a race at the top there. As we scroll down, we're only just getting into the 7-second range. And Deuce locking in the correct answer in 14 seconds. Still get some points for a right answer. So well done, Mark. You're through. Lose the 3, keep the 6. 5th digit is a 6. A second 6, no less, in our winning line. So we've got sort of a nice, and then we might have another nice. We'll see. But no winning line numbers we care about. We have 1 more question left, though, so this could be your final chance to get through. Bear that in mind, because even if you don't know the answer, you might want to just throw an answer out there and hope it sticks on the right answer so that you can get yourself through. Good luck. Question number 6 is this. What number designation was given to Boeing's first jetliner that took to the air in 1959? What number designation was given to Boeing's first jetliner that took to the air in 1959? I'm hoping that you've at least started your answer with the number 7. That's all I'm going to say. Let's light you pink if you played. 28 have gone with this question. So yes, Boeing's planes, those are your triple digits starting with a 7 and ending with a 7. And they just change the middle digits for whatever kind of aircraft it is. You might have heard of like a Boeing 777 or Boeing 787, the Dreamliner. But which number designation was the first to take to the air in 1959? Well, it's simple, really. Put a 0 in the middle. It's the first one, so it's a 0. The 707 was Boeing's first jetliner in 1959. So if you gave me 707, I will light you blue. If you did not, then I'm going to light you red. Oh, I mean, there's a good series of 7 answers here. Lots of 737s. Don't blame you on that answer. Same with the 747. Again, don't blame you on that answer because those are some of the, certainly the big commercial jets were the 73s and the 74s. These days, more the 777s and the 787s. But way back when was the 707, of which only 2 gave me a right answer. And they go a shade of gold. Hello again, Kenda. And Ralph enters into the mix once again. So, both of you got it right, but who was fastest? That is the critical question. The difference was 3 seconds in it. With a time of 10.3 seconds, second place goes to Kenda, which means our fastest player who has been in the top 3 for a good number of questions this evening finally get through, Ralph, on 7.05 seconds. Very well done. Only 2 getting the right answer. Yeah, lots of 747 answers and 73s. A couple of 72s. I don't think anybody went with a 717. I'll be honest, not one I particularly heard of as a 717. But 707 or 707, maybe the better way of describing it, was the answer to go for. Ralph, you're through. We lose the 1 to keep the 0. Who cares? There's our winning line, and again, who cares? Let's put it away. No one wins on Takeshi's Castle in the winning lines. We'll try and remember next time we play it to activate that particular feature. So well done to only Mr. Vertigo, Ralph, Silver Electron, hey, I'm remembering, Mr. Vertigo, and Ice Tim. You are all through to looking after number 1. Everybody else, that is the end of the game for you. No, actually, no, it isn't. You can answer in looking after number 1 if you can answer faster than our hot seat players. If you can answer correctly, then you get yourself some deuce. So you are still in this game somewhat, just as a little aside. But let's head over to round number 2. So these are our 6 combatants in looking after number 1. Oni on number 3, Miss Vertigo on number 9, Ralph on number 10, Silver Electron on number 34, Mark on number 36, and Ice Tim on number 46. So those are going to be the answers that we play with in this round. Every single question you'll see will have one of these 6 possible numbers up as a potential answer. What you need to do is determine what the answer is. If you are the first to answer, you will buzz in. If you buzz in with the correct answer and it is your own number, you keep yourself in the game. If you buzz in with the correct answer and it is somebody else's number, then you will knock that person out of the game. If you buzz in, but give me a wrong answer, doesn't matter if it's your number, somebody else's number, or another number entirely. If you are wrong when you buzz in, you will knock yourself out of the round. And if nobody buzzes in, then whoever should have done so to keep themselves in the game will instead be eliminated. And we will keep going until just one player is left standing, and they will then face the Wonder Wall for up to 1 million doots. Good luck, Super 6. And let's play looking after number 1. Get your fingers ready. Whisper windows if you need them. Fingers on those digits. The question is, in Greek mythology, how many muses were there? Oni. You went with 9. Going on the offensive. It's not your number. I will say, congratulations to Shadowmane. You gave me the correct answer and managed to buzz in before Oni did. So you'll get yourself some bonus doots. Correct answer is Oni. 9. You are absolutely right to do so, which means Mr. Vertigo. That's it. You're done. Are we going to say goodbye? I will say, Miss Vertigo did buzz in with an answer, was late, and would have gone for 3, so would have been wrong anyway. Hard luck there, Mr. Vertigo. Only you're still in. On number 3, Ralph on 10, Silver Electron on 34, Mark on 36, Ice Tim on 46. The next question is... If Maroon 5 and Ben Folds 5 were to create a supergroup, how many total members would be in the band, Oni? You say 10. Congratulations to a midget on the internet, Opsy and Sheldon, on giving me a right answer ahead of Oni. Are you right in basically doing basic addition of 5 plus 5? You are absolutely right to do some simple maths. Unfortunately, you beat Ralph to the punch, and we've got to say goodbye. Thank you very much for playing. And then there were 4. Just like that. Only on 3. Silver Electron on 34. Mark on 36. Ice Tim on 46. I'd say you could probably do... I'm not going to meta too much, but I'm going to say there's certainly a digit you could work with that would help you in locking in an answer. Fingers on numbers. Your next question is... Jesse Owens was a 4-time Olympic gold medalist in which 20th century Summer Olympics, Mark? You went with your own number, 36. Congratulations to Brian and Kenda on submitting the correct answer before Mark locked in. To stay in the game, Mark, is that correct? It is correct answer, yes. You stay in the game. Lots of 36s in chat. Reset if you need to. Next question is the following. How many hearts does Octopus have? Oni. I think you asked this question on Tipping Point last night. You're going with your own number of 3. Congratulations to a midget on the internet and Kenda on giving me a right answer before Oni did. Lots of players giving a right answer. Was it 3? It was indeed 3. You stay in the game, Oni. You can remember your questions. Next question is... What do you get if you multiply 6 by itself? Mark. Going with your own number of 36. Congratulations to Tipster. You're the only player that locked an answer in correctly before Mark did. 6 multiplied by itself gets you to 36. You are correct. The game continues on. 4 players still in. Next question is... In a standard 61 answer game of Jeopardy, how many daily doubles are hidden, Oni? You say 3. What I love is... We've added the extra bit in there of 61 answer game of Jeopardy because, of course, the UK edition is a 91 answer game of Jeopardy, isn't it? And that would have a different number of daily doubles. Is the answer 3 to keep yourself in the game? You are correct. That is the correct response. A midget on the internet also getting some bonus answering earlier than Oni did. Still going. Fingers on numbers. The next question is... When written as a decimal number, how many zeros are in 1,000? Mark! We've run out of music. You've gone with 3. Going on the offensive. A midget on the internet, congratulations again. Locking in the correct answer before Mark did. Is 3 the correct answer? It is the correct answer. Only being beaten to the punch there means we've got to say goodbye. There's just too many 3 answer questions because it's very easily written for. So we are left with the right hand side. Silver Electron on 34, Mark on 36, Ice Tim on 46. The battle of the high numbers. Let's continue on. The next question is... The Donner Party's cannibalistic ordeal began in November of 18 what? Ice Tim. Going with your own number, 46. Well, it's Brian, Opsy and Ferbster getting it right ahead of Ice Tim. To stay in the game, is 46 correct? It is correct. You're still in the game. We continue on. Next question is... The Lumiere brothers' groundbreaking film, Workers Leaving the Lumiere Factory in Lyon, lasted for how many seconds? 5 seconds to lock in answer, or... out of time! No one dared answer the question. Meaning someone is going to get knocked out because they did not keep themselves in the game. And with such 3 close answers, that is a difficult decision. So the Lumiere brothers' groundbreaking film, entitled Workers Leaving the Lumiere Factory in Lyon, it lasted for 46 seconds. Ice Tim, unfortunately, that's your number. You should have answers to stay in the game. And you want to say goodbye. Hard luck. Which leaves us on 2 very close answers. Silver Electron on 34. Mark on 36. One of you will face the Wonder Wall and potentially claim up to 1 million doots. The other will leave with a 10,000 doot bonus for getting into second place. 2 close digits, fingers on numbers. The question is, in the name of Joss, if you take the alphanumerical positions and the letters of Joss and add them together, what do you get? 5 seconds! Quick maths! Quick maths! Mark has offered an answer. What did you offer as an answer, Mark? Went with self-preservation on 36. Hoping that you have done the math correctly there. If this is the correct answer, Mark, you stay in the game. If this is a wrong answer, then Silver Electron will face the Wonder Wall. Adding the letters of Joss together, J-O-S, in their alphanumerical positions, you get the answer of 30. 4 is the wrong answer, off by 2. Mark, you're out of the game, but very well played. Means Silver Electron, you are through to the Wonder Wall. Goodness me, the nerve on that final question to not lock an answer in. Did you actually buzz in with an answer? I mean, have a quick look. No, you didn't even buzz in. Wow. The thing is, if Mark didn't offer an answer, you would have been eliminated, Silver Electron, because you didn't buzz in. Don't think that's right. Oh? Is the number wrong entirely? Is it really? Oh, invalid. Oh, fantastic. The problem is, I can't roll the game back. Shoot. Ofcom stepped in. Well, yeah, in this scenario, they would be able to roll the game back again and do it again, but I don't think I can. Can we fast forward Mark to the one? Well, no, because the question's wrong entirely, so we can't say anybody, well, as a payback, get them to do another Wonder Wall as well as Silver Electron doing Wonder Wall now. I mean, that would be a fair result, I suppose, but the problem is with potentially offering up 2 million doots rather than just 1 million doots. That's my concern. So the thing is, those saying that Mark gave a wrong answer, sure, but the question was completely wrong anyway. It shouldn't even have been offered, because the 2 possible answers are 34 and 36. It was not either of them. So the question was wrong to be there in the first place. So neither player should be eliminated in the strictest definition of everything. I wonder... I'm going to have a quick nosy at the code. I'm just going to wonder if I can deactivate and reactivate, because I haven't actually finished this round yet. I'm just wondering if I can recover it. or not? Is there anything I can do to recover the round? I'm just very curious. We are currently in... Are we in ending right now? So yes, we are now in ending, which means we are out of the loop. Meaning I can't recover it from this point. Because I'm going to guess the master sequence won't allow me to go backwards. Just going to make sure. Will the master sequence allow me to go backwards or not? Sequencing LAN 1, which is run from the game. Sequencing LAN 1 will do that. New state. Transition state. Ooh, I might be able to jerry-rig that. Can I do that? Am I allowed to do that? Can I do that? Is that a thing I'm allowed to do? There's the advanced state button, but I want to not advance the state necessarily. Huh. I don't know if I dare press that button, though. I'm not going to press the button, because I think it will break the game entirely if I do. Can I force the players into position? So they're going to get RNG'd. They're going to get RNG'd onto different numbers. I can't guarantee the numbers that they will be positioned in on if I do a new game. Well, can I actually crudely adjust that? I might be able to crudely adjust that. Put some very hacky code in. Let's see. Is there anything I can do with that? It would be Yeah, I'm struggling to come up with a good solution here. Sequencing lobby. I'm guessing it's going to be in the lobby. No, it doesn't determine it there. It does determine it in the 49er code. Where does it actually assign them, though? Podiums, I guess, in there. Oh, it's been a while since I've looked at this code. Kind of half lost. Kind of half lost in this code as to how it actually all gets assigned. Right, let me have a look at Twitch chat again. Is it that much of a problem to give them new numbers? It sort of changes the game when you do that. I mean, we can get them into the game and give them different numbers to work with. That is a thing we could do. But yeah. I don't know what the right way to do this is. Fire old school Wonderwall. Let Mark do that after the fact. Like I say, I don't want to offer too many doots. I'm concerned with the fact that I don't want to offer too many doots because we're actually coming very close to the end of the season, where the doots really kind of matter. And I sort of budgeted this for up to 1 million doots, not up to 2 million doots. Yes, I'm actually budgeting these games. So I can do... Oh, actually, hang on. What can I do if I do this and then... Okay, now I'm in proper sketchy territory here. Let's have a look at the podiums. We need to get to podium number 4. Change your current state to idle. So you're now back in. Let me just see what happens if I reactivate looking after number 1. Now that I reactivated your podium, will it just realise that fact? We may have to go through the rules again, but we'll see. Okay, interesting. I didn't realise it did that. It resets all of them, which is fine, because that just means I just deactivate the others. That's fine. I can do that. So this is actually a much easier, more elegant fix than I expected. So what I can do is in the dark only. I can in the dark Mr. Vertigo. I can in the dark Ralph. I can in the dark Ice Tim. Like that. So in theory now, only Silver Electron and Mark are idle, and my code checks on their current state as to whether they are in or out. So hopefully, fingers crossed, folks, we are in a situation where we can continue on between just those 2 players on those numbers. Oh, apparently he runs the rules again. Well, that's a new one on me. Why is it running the rules again? I don't want the rules again. Go away, rules. Good. The music changing like that sounds promising. The rules can do one. Go away, rules. Thank you. So the music changing like that is promising. Means the game thinks we are down to just 2 players. We're in the right key for that, and it has also done the 2-side thing. So if you 2 players already are still here, hopefully. Jesus Christ, this is kind of weird. Fingers on your numbers. Here comes the next question, maybe. How many hours are in a day and a half? Now, that one is right. Mark! Holy shit, you're actually buzzing in. Went with the answer of 36. Somehow, the pickup works. Is it 36? It is 36, and I can prove that it is actually 36. Dot some number of minutes, etc. Still in the game. Okay. Silver Electron. Mark. Fingers on numbers. The next question is, what number is the country calling code for Spain? Oh, God. Mark. Going on the offensive with 34. If the answer is 34, then you are through to the Wonderwall. If the answer is not 34, then Silver Electron is through to the Wonderwall. Either way, it ends here. Is it 34 for Spain? It is 34 for Spain. Goodness me. And after all of that, unfortunately, Silver Electron, we've got to say goodbye to you. Jesus Christ, it's such a weird thing to do. And against all the odds, Mark, you actually won. Oh my God, what just happened, folks? What just happened, folks, is we did the right thing because the question was stupid. But yeah, well, that happened. Ofcom is now happy. Yes, very much so. This feels, you know what this feels like? This is only a thing that a few people will know. But I'll describe the situation now. This feels very much like what happened on the episode of Lingo I went to see record. The RuPaul version of Lingo, so it was US edition. It was in the final round. A lovely couple. They were doing a 2-minute blitz, essentially, and trying to get as many lingos in 2 minutes as possible. 5 and 6 letter lingos. And they did okay, didn't do too badly. But there was one particular word that they used, Jesuit, which was disallowed by the dictionary that was being played. Which should have been, including US words. And the people doing all of the standards and practices, they sort of held the production and checked to make certain Jesuit could be used as a word or not, because it might be, if it's like a proper noun, then it might not be allowable. It was allowable in the end. So what they ended up doing after discussing with the couple is they played back from the point where they would have said Jesuit and started from there with new words. Unfortunately, on the re-record, they did worse than what they did beforehand. And that's the result that stood, because that's the one playthrough of that round that was legitimate. So that's what they did. That was the case. They decided to go with the replay of the back half, and ended up actually costing the game in the end. It's just how it goes. So congratulations, Mark. You are through to the Wonderwall. Let's head over there right now. And the game still works somehow. Crazy. So, Mark, you're through to the Wonderwall. Let's quickly go over rules to see what faces you. Or what will face you in a moment. You will be answering for up to 1 million doots in this round if you can give me 20 correct answers in 4 minutes on the clock. It will give you a Wonderwall of 49 possible answers, each numbered 1 through 49. You need to give me the numbers associated to each answer, and if you give me right answers, you go up the money ladder, go up 20 steps, and you get 1 million doots. Give me a wrong answer, you get a strike. 3 strikes, and you are out. It is as simple as that. If you you can pass a question if you don't know it. You can say the word pass and do that twice. If you want a bit more time, you can say pit stop or pit, and it'll give you a 15-second interval to just have a bit of a think, have a bit of a breather before the clock will then restart. While we are in a pit, we can't take any answers, so don't bother answering until we come back out of the pit. Once we've hit 2 strikes or 30 seconds left on the clock, then you can decide if you want to bail out of the game. If you don't bail out and you still have cash at risk when we hit 0 seconds or you hit 3 strikes, then you will leave with nothing. Though if you hit the magic million, then we will also bail you out and you will take the million right there and then. It's as simple as that. So 4 minutes to get 20 right. Veal success. If you're ready, let's play Wonderwall! Yes, step away from the guitar. Reveal the answers. Mark, this is your Wonderwall for 1 million doots. 4 minutes on the clock. Start studying those answers. You're going to be seeing questions to which the answers will be up there somewhere. You just need to find them and give me the numbers. Good luck! What Disney film featured the voices of James L. Jones and Jonathan Taylor Thomas as father and son? The answer's up there somewhere. Can you find it? 29 The Lion King is correct. Complete the following. Magic the Gathering colour list. Red, blue, green, black, blank. JB screaming the answer off. 19 White is correct. Who are the first band to have 4 consecutive UK #1 hits with their first 4 releases? Gonna pass it. A foot is equivalent to 12 what? Five inches is correct. Retail giant Richard Sears began his career in 1886 with a company that sold what? No, 43 watches is the correct answer. An internet phenomenon of large groups of people leaving negative reviews to harm product sales is called a review what? Apologise for that spelling of called. Got 2.5 minutes left on the clock. 1 strike, 1 pass left. No more passes now. Which film coined the phrase, I feel the need? The need for speed. 21 Top Gun is correct. What's the capital of Madagascar? 17 Antananarivo is correct. Viticulturists are knowledgeable about what fruit? 6 Grape is correct. The original Xbox was supposed to be compatible with what other systems games? Halfway through, 2 minutes left on the clock. Remember, you've got those pits. No, the answer is 3 Dreamcast. Bailout is now active. What colour has the longest wavelength on the visible human spectrum? That's it! Not even risking it, gonna bail the 20,000 dudes instead. Let's go through those answers that you passed on and bailed on. Who was the first band to have 4 consecutive UK #1 hits with the first 4 releases? That was the Spice Girls. The internet phenomenon of large groups of people leaving negative reviews. That is a review bomb. What colour has the longest wavelength on the visible human spectrum? That is red. We're looking for there. Red is the answer. With 1 minute and 45 left on the clock, 6 correct answers, 20,000 doots going your way, Mark. Congratulations to you. And that there was Winning Lines. And I don't have a roll credits feature in this version of Winning Lines. So you're just going to have to wait for me to make my way back to camera only mode by turning this off and turning... where is it? Where has it gone? Turning. Where has it gone? Turning this guy back on. Hello, I'm back now. Yeah, I have to turn things on and off again when switching between Unity Capture and OBS Capture. It's just how it goes. Press the button and button. turn. Yes. So that there was Winning Lines. I hope you enjoyed Winning Lines, despite the the question hiccup of throwing a question out there that was 10 off the correct answer from the looks of things. Such a stupid thing. But that's how it goes. We are only humans. Right. We've got one final thing left to do tonight, and it is a wheel spin. People are hoping for some tipping point, apparently. Someone's manifesting in the grid. The only decent Channel 5 game show, says Mock. 100% called. Oh, actually, no, wait. Puzzling called. It's actually an all right show. Puzzling. I will say as much. Puzzling is not too bad a show. The maths round can do one. It's a bit stupid, but certainly puzzling, I will say, is fine. Yeah, not that impossible. Right, we're gonna do a spin of the wheel. Let's find out what we've got for you tonight. Oh yeah, and the mole. Yes, Channel 5 mole. Also good. Here we go! The wheel! Alright then, Wheel, what do you got for us? Okay, it's another marble race. It's another marble race. 25,000 is the value of said marble race. So, apparently the wheel just wants marbles. Now we've added all sorts of other stuff, but now it's just all marbles. Marbles. I did remove the Fall Guys, Kendi. Yes, we've replaced it with some tipping point and some other stuff as well, because it didn't quite work out. Let me go to Marbles on Stream, which requires an update. For goodness sake, 7.56 meg update, which then patches a 6.5 gig file. Bloody hell. And we'll get this marble race underway momentarily. Do we have some music to play in tonight's edition of the marble race? Any suggestions coming up from me on YouTube? I have suggestions to go and see JB on YouTube. That's apparently it. Am I wearing a donkey jacket? No, it's not a donkey jacket. It's just a hoodie. It's just a hoodie with a fleece lining, I suppose, is the way to describe it. It's not a donkey jacket, though. No. Sonic 2 Metropolis Zone. Stanley Parable Falling... Oh, my God, Falling Funk. You know what? Go on, then. Let's get... No, stop. Don't spoil it. Don't spoil it now. Don't spoil it now. But yes, we'll do some Falling Funk. If you don't know what that title is referring to, go and play Stanley Parable. Seriously, go and play it. If you've never played Stanley Parable before, you've never heard of it, go and play it. I'm not going to tell you what happens in the game, because it's much better for you to experience it yourself directly. Ultra Deluxe. I mean, I did play the original and the original as well. The one before it was even its own game. The one where it was a Half-Life 2 mod before it became its own game, before it became Ultra Deluxe. So I have played the other editions of Stanley Parable as well. And I did also play the demo as well, yes. You might think the demo is just a shortened version of the game. Yes! That's all I'm going to say. So all I'm going to say, it is. Ish. Let's again. You need to play it yourself to get the full experience. If you hear me talk about literally anything in the game, it's basically spoilers at this point. So I'm not going to say anything. Right. Let me have a look. We've got so that one we have played before. The only one I haven't played then is this one from Oni, the authentic flailing test, I think. No, we did play that one, didn't we? I thought we did play that one. Did we play the authentic flailing test? Let me have a look at it. Did we play that one? The name rings a bell, but maybe because I noticed it before. No, we haven't played this one. Okay, fair enough. No, have we? Yeah, I don't think we've played this one. Doesn't. The colouring is different enough that I think it is different. Anyway, if it's the same those we played before, then you're getting a do-over. Exclamation mark play! Exclamation mark play if you want in on this marble race. As I try and press buttons and things happen. Going to do that. Go to camera 2. There we go. Exclamation mark play in Twitch chat gets you in on this race. Did you get the broom closet ending? Oh, this is a new... Right, okay, this is a new one. All right, fair enough. Yes, we start out with a little bit of Plinko. So a bit of tipping point action just to get you on your way, and then we do other stuff. Ooh, excuse me. Exclamation mark play to get your marble in. So, positions that pay tonight will be first finish, last finish, and we'll do a random position as well. Random position between that and that. Yes, between that and that gets us to position 26. First, last, and 26th. Those are the three positions that will pay in tonight's race. First, last, and 26. So do we have to go in the win zone to win £250? I don't have that much to offer you, I'm afraid, Mock. But I can certainly offer you 25,000 doots if you are the first to finish, the last to finish, or 26th to maybe finish. You don't necessarily have to cross the line to claim 26th place, but wherever you end up on the final leaderboard, 26th place will claim that third payout of 25,000 doots. That's how we do it. Can you convert your doots to cash? No. Definitely not getting involved in that. I am not in economy. Definitely don't want to get involved in all that. What about DNF? If you DNF in 26th place, still counts as 26th. Doesn't count as a finish, but does count as 26th place. I'm not a bank. I am not a bank, JB. Right, let's get this race underway before apparently my machine burns up. 10 seconds on the clock, and then we're going to do some falling funk. Extended like. So good luck, everybody. I'm not the TSB, definitely not. Go! Sheldon first out the Plinko, then Zidix, and Oni, Verbster, JB. Let me bring that down. Oh, definitely not Oni. I am not going to do like an amaranth or anything like that. Jesus. Oni is first out of that obstacle, down the staircase. Then we've got Shapes, 666, Oren, Danny's Score, JB Dalton, etc., etc. Boost! Always going up and down, up and down. Who can beeline it the fastest? Oni getting through the hole. Didn't want to necessarily do that. Taking a longer route. But is still in the lead. Then we've got Score Count in second. With a bit more pace. Could be overtaking here. And no, it's still neck and neck. Oni and Score heading their way down into the lottery machine. Who can make it out of the machine first? It's going to be Oni. Is first out of the machine. Into the pentagon tumbler thing. And then down, 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 down. Funnel, funnel, funnel. Down, 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 down. Into yet another lottery machine. This is the last one to decide it all. Quack, quack. Tadari falling off the track. It's not a finish. Oni is our first finisher. Congratulations. We're still looking for 26th place and final finishing as well. Less than a minute to finish the track. And we still have a lot of players all the way up there. Who's still in that lottery machine? Opsy and AB Me. You need to get moving fast because that fire is chasing you. 30 seconds to finish the track. Who's still in this final lottery machine? David is just finishing. Sheldon, Danny, Ralph, and Yellowtail, and a couple others there. Prey just finishing. Could be our final finisher. 15 seconds, AB Me. Or Kenda. 10 seconds. Or Silver Electron, or G. Eisens. 5 seconds. Can you finish? AB Me. Oh, AB Me, I think, did just finish. Oh my god, how tight was that? How tight was that? Let's quickly add some dudes. So, Oni getting 25,000. Let me just confirm on the list. Did AB Me finish? AB Me did finish in 31st. Very well done. 25,000 to you. And 26th place is DMC. DMC getting 26th place and 25,000 doots. Congratulations there. God damn it, says Prey. In 30th place, he was not the final finisher. Amy just snuck in there right at the end. Oni's time was a 1:49.381, and it is indeed a brand new record. Quack, quack. Oh, I see. How close? Very close is the answer. Given you have 1 minute on the clock after the first finisher, yeah, pretty close. 1 second in it. Loads of time. Plenty of time. So that there is the end of quiz night for tonight. I will be back on Friday, all things willing, where I will be bringing you Secret Fortune and 1 versus 100. The warm-up game is currently on question mark, but that's probably going to be equation grid at this rate. But there will be some surprises in the warm-up game slot in the near future, but not quite yet. So Secret Fortune at 8 PM, written by Pop Ramen. And we've got 1 versus 100, written by the community at large at 9:15 on Friday. Normally Topper will be on Thursday evenings, but he's currently on a hiatus. We wish him the best of success. Enjoy the time off, and we look forward to seeing you again streaming some games in the near future, Topper. Ben will be with us on Saturday evening, but I'll talk more about that on the Friday stream. Same with JB. He'll be back with Wheel After Dark on the Saturday stream. But we'll probably be doing some C365 tonight. We played the PS4 version of Amplitude tonight, and there will be a tier list on the Friday night. So that's what you can look forward to over on JB's side of things. I'll be back on Friday with Secret Fortune and 1 versus 100. Take care, and I'll see you then. Bye! 8, 8, 8. Bye.